One day, this earth shall see its final sunrise as it is unceremoniously consumed by the sun, seeing the last traces of humanity's infinitesimal blip onto the great cosmic pattern disappear with nothing but flashes of light as rock and fiery gas mix together, creating a quiet cacophony of planetary destruction as the earth that cradled all the beauty and discovery and charm that was the best of a long-forgotten people dies. And yet, as the earth reaches its celestial conclusion, a cry will be heard once more, saying, Mills Mafia! Welcome to the Moonstamp Cast. I am Jorden. Is that a giraffe to my? No, that's a hero. Brian, how are you?
Hungover. I am very hungover. We went really hard before the game because I thought things were going to be disastrous at the tailgate. And then, third quarter hits, and we're looking around, and I'm just like, do we want to go 29-10, 19 points? Like, this is just going to be pain and misery. And my father-in-law was like, one more drive. And we stayed, and we looked decent. And then we were like, all right. Then defense got to stop, and we're like, fuck it, we're staying. This could be crazy. And thank God we did.
You actually did that meme where it's like the guy mining for diamonds and the one guy goes home and the diamonds are right there. You actually did that meme for maybe the first time ever. That's beautiful.
Dude, no, that's perfect because we saw a lot of people leave, and there was this guy who's decked out in all Jaguars gear. He started yelling, Duval, see y'all later, bye-bye. And there was these two Texans fans that were right next to him, and they talked shit the entire game. Like, he would fire shit at them, and they would just be like, shut up and all this stuff. And when we started turning the tides, that man got real fucking quiet, and those two ladies got real loud. It was nice to see.
I appreciate someone who's actively losing a game to continue to fuck with someone who is actively winning the game, even if I'll be honest, I think I sent it to our group chat in maybe the third quarter. I was like, all right, season's over, right, fellas? This is it. We're done. It's over. As much as I don't know if I want to believe, because I sent out a tweet that something along the lines of, this franchise from the beginning has been not to use the word cacophony, but a cacophony of failures, whether it be an offensive line that sucks, whether it be owner issues, whether it be head coaching issues, whether it be, you have a head coach, and maybe this be a little bit different because you had Peyton Manning plus the most amazing defense, maybe one of the top 5 defenses of the past 20 years in the Broncos. You have him go win a Super Bowl with the Broncos, whereas here he couldn't get anything done. And so I said that, and I was not depressed, but I was feeling that it's over. It's over. We're done. It's okay. Who cares about football? UH football won on Friday, which we'll talk about a little bit maybe. Texans football, it's just going to – CJ Stroud isn't playing. Davis Mills is in there. He's a fine quarterback, but he's not going to win you a game. So I'm stupid, by the way. Please forgive me. He's the one who won us the game, technically, with that was a 10-yard run, or that was 10 seconds left. It was some sort of
14 yards or something
14, like that. 14-yard touchdown run. My apologies. And also, the defense also looked like shit for a good amount of the game until the fourth quarter. We honestly, maybe the Broncos came to town and taught the Texans how to win in the fourth quarter, but it was, yeah. I apologize. I think even at the last drive, I was like, I just don't believe. And turns out I believe. So my apologies to the entire Texans organization. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't like that that's the state that we're in. Mm-hmm. That it's I did not have hope at all. I was just like, it's all going to come crashing down. It's all going to come crashing down. It's all going to come crashing down. And then they got a good return after Davis Mills scored a touchdown. I was like, yep. And we missed the 2 extra points, and they're going to march it down. And they've got 2 or 3 plays to get him set up. This guy hit a career or a NFL record field goal last week. Mm-hmm. So he's going to get the 3 points. They'll win by 2. Of course they will. I've seen this movie a million times. I hate the Texans. Oh, did we just get a pick 6?
I will say, I was watching on TV, so you didn't see this at all. You know how they have the projected, the line you have to get to kick a field goal? Mm-hmm. That was at the 50-yard line. I was like, sick. So cool. Sick, that's nasty. Awesome. If I was just watching the game as an uninterested third party, I'd be like, actually, that's pretty sick. Only the 50-yard line. That's awesome. As a Texans fan who was like, oh, it actually might happen now. Which, by the way, the final score didn't reflect the entire game. I know the final score is all that matters, but at the same time, it's like 36-29 does not reflect the 30-29. We barely had that shit. But it was really cool to see the 50-yard line there. Be like, oh, a kicker can kick from there now. When are we going back to the 49, the opposing 49? With all that said, it doesn't matter. It's a win. But like you said, I'm not sure I come away from this victory. I'm not going to say happy because I don't think that's the right word, but I'm not hopeful we're coming away from this victory. Now you may say,
I think the season's still basically over.
Yeah, no,
we have to basically be perfect.
Well, I'm looking at the AFC South standings right now. Not even to get into the wild card. I'm not going to touch the wild card yet. Maybe too early. The Colts are 8-2. We are 4-5. Realistically, are the Colts going to lose like how many games in the rest of their season? Daniel Jones may be playing a little bit more like the Daniel Jones we know and love, but Jonathan Taylor, and I was going to say this for a second, but I will just say it now. I think he may be the MVP for the entire season. I think
he's on pace to get 30 total touchdowns and 2,000 yards, or just under 2,000 yards. Yeah. If he hits either one of those marks, I think he has to be the MVP.
Well, also watching, like the Colts won that game because of Jonathan Taylor. They beat the Falcons in Germany. And like, by the way, good game for Germany. Honestly, good for them. It was the game, like maybe not the first game I was like, oh, Jonathan Taylor is probably the MVP, but it was the first game where I was like, oh yeah, like this is probably the only really good case I see for MVP right now from a guy who's actively not only breaking records, but carrying the team with someone on his back. So I'm a big, and you can look at me and say someone else, but I don't know if there's anyone else. Like you can say Drake May. I would not be opposed to
Mahomes and Matt Stafford. I'd also put those are my four for the MVP race right now.
Okay, I allow. I mean, you have to allow Mahomes just based on the fact it's Patrick Mahomes. You can never really take him off the list as much as we all try to, because Josh Allen's off the list now. He's gone. He's dead and gone from that list. Much like Haley Steinfeld in Sinners. He's off the list. He's dead. But I'm not excited. The next game is a win. I'm just gonna say that. It's the Titans.
Titans away. Yeah.
Yeah, but we get more power when we're away because they do the whole like we're the Oilers. It's like shut up. You're in Nashville. And then after that's the Bills, and I'm not.
Is that okay. A loss anymore?
I don't think so. Like the Bills have maybe a bottom 5 run D in all of the NFL right now, and that's statistically. That's not just me saying that. That's like I think statistically they have some of the worst run defense in all the NFL. If Davis Mills probably can run around them, I don't think that's an automatic loss. I'm not saying it's an automatic win either. I'm not saying it's an automatic loss. After that's the Colts, and I think we'll lose to the Colts, but yeah, that's beside the point.
But to bring it back to what we were talking about with the Texans, no, the biggest winner of this game is the Colts. They are the AFC's South champions. You were absolutely right about that. It's who's stopping them?
Themselves at this point.
I think they're going to be the number one. I think they're going to be the 1 seed going into the playoffs.
Is it a little? It's a little maddening that the number 1 and number 2 seed probably may be the Colts and the Patriots.
I mean, I like it. That's my second team.
Well, okay. It was more from I'm looking at the playoff picture right now. Theoretically speaking, Broncos are number 2 in the AFC. Patriots are number 3. With all that said, they're all 8-2. And I see number 4 is the Steelers, and they're 5-4. It's what a dumb fucking league that is, the AFC North.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on the bubble right now. Good for you, Colts. Awesome. This is our Colts. This is our team. Apparently everyone bleeds blue in the AFC South yet again.
You just brought something that I wanted to talk about. You brought up the Steelers, and I just wanted to briefly pick your brain about how you feel about the most recent 2 primetime games and how it is desperation mode that the Eagles and Packers is a great game, because having 3 bad primetime games in a week feels horrible. The Raiders and Broncos was disgusting, 10-7. Last night was boring as hell, 25-10, but it was a shit game for a long time. oh, but we can't. We're not supposed to watch this game because we're supposed to not. No, we're supposed to hold out against ESPN.
I mean, it's not that I'm not. It's not that I'm not going to watch. It's that I just literally can't watch it. I mean, I can search some sports up, but do I really want to do that? Do I have to go through like 1,000 ads of MILFs in my area? I mean, the NFL. Thursday Night Football should be a bad football game. I have said that before, and I will say that again.
But there could be fun bad football games.
There can be fun. Well, this was just a bad football game in general. It's not like I was gonna say Oregon State, Sam Houston, but that was still kind of fun in that there was scores happening. This was just a bad game. Now, with that said, I don't actually want it to be a fun bad game. I want Thursday Night Football to be a bad game. I want you to look at it and go, oh my God, you're on Thursday Night Football? Oh my God. I want a Giants who just fired Dayball, by the way. Dayball's out.
Oh, yeah.
I want like a Giants Raiders game where it's like, this is the worst football I've ever seen in my life. Like, it makes me question whether I'm actually a fan of football. It makes like, maybe I just like good teams. That's all I want. So Thursday Night Football should be bad. This happens every once in a while, though. There's a string of primetime games that just suck. We all have the same response, which is like, does the NFL have a primetime problem? And then someone's going to just go in there and have a shootout or a defensive struggle. That's actually a good defensive struggle, not just like the offense can't move. So it'll get better. It will always get better. Again, until the earth dies, as we talked about at the beginning of this episode, there will be bad football games, strings of bad football games. There will be bad football weekends. And then every once in a while, they'll be like, oh, there'll be a Davis Mills to make it all better.
I can't believe we won that game, dude. I literally cannot believe it.
I'll say this: we shouldn't have. Like, that was
of course not.
That was. I mean, not even with the team list we have. Davis Mills was in. Petrie was out. Kaimi Fairbairn. I can't do his name for some reason. I want to say Fairburn. It was out as well. It felt like one of those games we go, oh, okay, we'll watch. And the game again wasn't an accurate reflection, or the score wasn't an accurate reflection of the game. We shouldn't have won it. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Maybe not. I mean, the Jaguars are still more in the hunt than we are. The Colts are money. I don't have to look at the odds. The money favorite to win this whole entire AFC South. I don't know. I don't know, Brian.
Minus like 500 right now. Something crazy like that. I do want to briefly touch the running back situation, or talk about the running back situation. I briefly want to talk about the running back situation.
Okay, State Penn. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's actually better. I'll tell you why later. But I'm gonna collect myself.
Sorry.
Let's talk. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. No, it was perfect. Let's talk about the Texas running back room. I think Woody Marks should be the primetime back, the whole time. Except you give Chubb like 5 to 7 carries a game, because what he did with those 5 carries yesterday, behind our O-line, by the way, he went 5 for 47, 9.5 yards per, 9.4 yards per. That he is not a young running back anymore. He is not a workhorse like we can make Woody Marks out to be until Mixon comes back. But Chubb still has that in him. Give him 5 to 7 carries a game. Don't give him 12 to 15, because he'll put all of it into that. 9.4 yards a carry is nice, and that's what I like. And it's just a change of pace. The change of pace guy, he gets a couple carries, a drive, put back Marks in, and rock and roll. I was actually impressed by the play calling in the second half as well. That is, I going into this game, I was like, I miss Bobby Slowick. And for the first half of the game, I was like, I really miss Bobby Slowick. And then we just turned it on, man. And I was just like, oh, this is what this is supposed to look like.
This is what an offense is supposed to look like. So I'm looking at his stats real quickly. This is Nick Chubb's stats. He did do the 5 carries, 47 yards, 9.4 per carry. And then 19 yards was his long carry for Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to go through it because he did 11 versus Denver for 34 yards, 3.1. He did 17 against San Francisco for 56 yards, 3.3 per. Seattle, he did 5 carries and did 16 yards, 3.22 or 3.2 average. And then against Baltimore, he did 11 with 61 yards, 5.5 average, with a 27 long, though. I'm starting to think we need to, and this is a bullshit thing I'm about to say. This is not something you can scheme for. Impossible. Let's let him have one really good long run, and we call that a day. Be like, you know what? You get to run until you get your long carry. We'll give you 5 to 7. Once you get your long, and again, Jacksonville.
You got 5 to 7 carries to get your long, but as soon as if you don't get a long carry after that, you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Because I'm looking at like the Baltimore, and Baltimore's also defense is shit. Boo bad. It is a poo poo, and I not to say that I'm doing the thing where I did with Ohio State, where it's like, oh, good teams actually win games. It seems like bad defenses let him run more, which is dumb to say, but yeah, I'm with you on the 5 to 7 carry.
Well, Jacksonville has a good defense. That's the thing. Jacksonville has an underrated defense.
Let me see something real quickly. I'll do it later. I was gonna see when did he get those carries, because I don't remember when
Second
he got
half. Second half.
A second half. I'm trying to see if it was in the fourth quarter, because the fourth quarter their defense just like gave up. It was a weird game.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's you let Marks and Ugalagwe, and when Mixon comes back, you let them pound and grind for the first half, and then you get 5 carries in the second half with Nick Chubb when the defense is worn out a little bit.
Yeah,
and he's fresh legged.
That's probably actually the best way to do this. Have someone break them down. Let the experienced guy come in when he I imagine Nick Chubb knows the game better than Woody Marks does. Not a crazy thing to say. I feel like it's a pretty easy thing to say. Let him and Agumbawale come in, break the defense down, like you were saying, and then Nick Chubb can go and like read the defense. He's like, I've watched the defense play. I see what they're doing, the gang. Also, they're tired. I know which guys are tired. I'm going to target them. Now, does that sound way better than it is? Yeah, it does sound way better than it is. But I don't know. I feel like that's maybe the best way to do it. At the same time, I'm trying to figure out if he, when he ran his balls, which, who knows? I'm trying to figure that out right now. But yes, I like your idea.
I mean, I can stall for time for a little bit if you need me to.
Now let's move on, because we only got 30 minutes as it is, and we got more games to talk about. Just like the Bills and the Dolphins. I don't know if you're done with the Texans, but I think.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm done with Texans.
So the Bills this season, you know that Michael Scott snip, snap clip from The Office?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, you snip, snap, it's impossible. That feels like the Bills this season, where in the beginning we were high, so we're snipping, or maybe snapping. I don't know which one it is. And then we're back. We went back to snipping. We're like, oh, they're not good. Their defense is really bad. They're not going to make it in the AFC East. Maybe for a couple weeks, we're like, okay, actually, the Bills are back. Never mind. Our bad, everyone. And this week exposed that run game, where the offensive line, I don't know if it hates Josh Allen. Maybe it does. Maybe they really hate it. They were like, Sinners was okay. We didn't really like the reviews. Their run defense was horrible. I think, was it 196 yards for A-Kane? I don't know.
He had 225 from scrimmage. But
okay.
That includes reception too.
That's a quarterback's numbers. That's genuinely a quarterback's numbers right there. That like the Bills should be ashamed. And this just goes back to like, I don't know if I've talked about it on this podcast yet. The Bills have not changed their offensive and defensive schemes. It feels for like the past 3 or 4 years. It seems like they're running the same things all the time, which, again, if your team is really good, you can probably get away with that, because like the Chiefs probably maybe get, I don't know, I haven't checked it out as much, but at least for the Bills, like if your team is really good and you're in like was essentially you have the Jets, bad Patriots, and the Dolphins division, and the Dolphins were always wavering as it was, you can kind of get away with it.
Patriots are good now.
I know the Patriots. That's why I said the bad Patriots. The good Patriots are a different story right now. Drake May, MVP maybe. We'll see. Jonathan Taylor's still my favorite. You can get away with like not innovating. Now it feels like Sean McDermott, just like some ISIS propaganda videos, not really changing much. And it's okay, because he likes them. He likes them. It's okay. I made this unclippable, but Sean McDermott doesn't feel like he's changed anything, which may be, again, if your team is good and really good, and you're going to get into playoffs no matter what. Maybe you say, I'm good. I got it. We'll wait for the postseason. But when your team is struggling, you have one of the worst red defenses in the league. Josh Allen can't seem to complete a pass. Plus, he's getting intercepted, and I think he fumbled as well. Or maybe that was someone else who fumbled. I can't remember. We're losing the turnover battle, and I want to say this out loud, to the Miami Dolphins, whose head coach, I mean, I actually am not even sure if he's there anymore because I've heard about him getting fired so often this season. And that's more of a joke, but you're losing the Dolphins 30-13. I think the Patriots are back. That's all.
Oh yeah, no, I think the Patriots are all the way back. It's bullshit how fast they can. 5 years ago, they sold. I'm a fan. Remember this? We sold our souls for the Brady era, and we were like, well, it's going to be mediocrity for a very long time. That's just how it is. We had our sunshine, right? And then Vrabel comes in, and year 2 of Drake May looks like an MVP. The Patriots look like they're all the way back. The Patriot way seems to be stemming again. And it's just like, what the fuck? 5 years, Jordan. 5 years. They went from, we have Brady, to, oh, fuck, here we go. Here goes the rebuild, to, oh, hey, we're winning the AFC East again.
Can I get a theory out there real quickly about what I think is actually happening in New England?
I think I know where this is going.
Imagine for years, you're the top of the league, and you have a man who sacrificed his family to get there. He drove that team. There's a Patriot way. And then you look over to Kansas City, and there's child sacrifice happening. You're like, oh no. Oh, that's how they're winning now. You can't actually just play the game. You have to do evil things. You have to sell your entire team to become the most popular team in the world through a pop star. You have to do crazy things to win now. So what happens? They go to Mr. Bill Belichick and go, Bill, listen, you know we love this franchise. You've done everything you can with this franchise. You are the Patriot way. We need you to do something for us. So what does Bill do? He goes and gets a handler, Jorden, his handler. That's why the video was released, all that stuff. She loves football, I think. She loves control, at least. Where did Drake May go to college, Brian? That's right. University of North Carolina. Where is Bill Belichick right now? The University of North Carolina. And they are bad at football. I mean, genuinely bad at football. Some of the worst football I think I've ever seen. Is Bill Belichick draining the life force from UNC? Who, I mean, maybe not a good football, but you need a little bit. Draining the talent, sending all to Drake May for the Patriots to win again. Is that the real Patriot way? Which is copy what the evil people are doing by draining souls. And I say, I'm not sure. Pablo Torre needs to get on that one. But that's the best theory I have right now. I mean, listen, Drake May's actually, well, maybe we can say Drake May's a good quarterback. In reality, it's more sinister than that.
I've got another theory for you if you want
Hit me with it.
It's Brady came out a couple days ago and said that his dog is a clone of his former dog. So, and he also said something about donating blood for cloning in North Carolina 23 years ago. How old do you think Drake May is?
Is he 23?
Where's he from?
North Carolina. Has anyone seen Drake May's parents? Do we know if they exist?
His mom's hot.
Well, I mean, look at Drake May. Of course she is. Let's see. Actually, he's no Tom Brady, but again, Tom Brady took a couple years to get there. Let's look at Amy May and Mark May. What's Luke May doing these days? Oh, okay. Brian, where do you think his brother Luke May played college basketball?
Michigan?
University of North Carolina.
Oh.
It's all making sense to me. He was on the Bucks for a little while. No, he's in, what is he, Granada right now? I don't even know if that's in the Granada I'm thinking of. I'm starting to think that maybe there was a cloning operation done, and that's why Bill's in North Carolina, to keep them silent. It all met Brian. We figured it out. We figured out. Pablo Torre get on this. Jorden is actually the handler of all this. She's the PR person for the cloning facility. And she's
what if Jorden is? What does young Belichick's wife look like when Belichick was young and had a wife?
You know what? That's a wonderful question. Ex-wife. Let's see. I don't, and I'll always be honest. Only know a little bit what Jorden looks like. I'm scared to look at her. I feel like she'll drain my soul. I don't know. Listen, I don't know if they look alike. They don't really. Okay, I'll say this. They don't look alike whatsoever. They have probably
Okay.
actually they have the same mouth. They have very similar mouths.
So what if Jorden is a clone of Belichick's ex-wife, but he like secretly took her blood so he could have the younger version, but he had to rewrite some of the genetic code so it wouldn't be a 1-1 match, just like what they did for Drake May for Brady.
Are the Patriots actually really into cloning? Is this a government psyop? Is this a CIA psyop to learn? Like, you know how like saying. Some people are saying, many are saying.
People are saying.
That's crazy, actually, now that I think about it. This is the clip. We figured it out. We have saved football. The Chiefs are not the bad guys. It's actually the Patriots again. And it's through the power of science. And by the way, that makes science bad. So science bad, Tylenol bad, and Patriots bad. Huh? Actually, I think Tylenol will actually help make this happen. So
I need the oh God, what's that horror show called? Twilight Zone?
The Twilight Zone
music.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. Love that. I think we figured it out. We're also at 26 minutes.
That's okay. We can go a little bit longer than 30. I don't have that much NFL notes left.
Yeah, only thing I really wanted to add on the Colts Falcons was the Colts know how to win a game, and that was obvious. Again, I have said on this podcast and said in this episode, Colts are winning the AFC South. Like it's gonna happen. I think this game again proved that even Daniel Jones doesn't have like a amazing, spectacular game. They can still win the game. They have drive to go in. I mean, they won overseas and overtime. That's incredibly hard to do. One, because you're in fucking Germany playing football, and you're confused. Your body's like, where am I? The climate's different, all that stuff, and then you win in overtime. I've been saying we have a horsing around AFC Championship.
I don't know. The Broncos.
No,
we gotta wait and see on the Broncos a little.
The Broncos, yeah. They're still
they've had some fuck shit games. Don't get me wrong. 8-2 is 8-2, man. You can't take that away from them. But they've had some fuck shit games at the end.
I've seen something about like Bo Nix. His stats in the first three quarters were stats in the fourth quarter are like comparable. Like they're the same or something like that. Don't quote me whatsoever. I don't know if this is true. But I think I did see the stat where it's like fourth quarter versus the first three for the entire season is very similar, which he may just be a fourth quarter quarterback. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I can't think of anyone ever who has been a fourth quarter quarterback. Usually you want to be an all game quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers. Well, no, Aaron Rodgers is an all game quarterback that steps it up in the fourth quarter. Okay. I see what you mean. It's Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow. Tebow time in Denver. It's very similar, reminiscent of that.
Yeah. Another question. Does Denver only do fourth quarters? It takes so long to breathe? Actually, it makes sense. It gets loopy in people's heads when they're in Denver. By the fourth quarter, there's not enough oxygen in the stadium, and that's where they win. Yeah. Mile High. The Mile High Club getting fucked in the fourth quarter. So every team has to do it at some point. Huh? I don't really have a ton of NFL notes this week. That's not really all my NFL notes. Huh?
That's all my NFL notes too. We can jump over to college for some quick hitters if you want.
Let's do it. Huh?
Indiana, what a catch! What a catch!
Is that
Purdue or Penn State almost got to play the biggest spoiler of the year? By the way, that would have been crazy.
That would have been hilarious. Only because Penn State's going through the whole, we fired our head coach who got us to the place we are. And I don't know if stats are still true. I think it was Michigan State, Penn State, gonna say Rutgers. Not sure if that's true. We're 0-22 entering that week. Kurt Signetti, should we just say coach of the year? Can we put that down there? Is that a crazy thing to say?
I
don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about who else we can get.
A&M.
I mean,
A&M's coach.
Oh fuck, Mike Elko. I forget about A&M for a reason. It's really sad to see what's happening over there, and the good for them. Whenever Texas wins, it'll be really good to see. But again, they won the SEC championship.
You could also say the bounce back from Alabama. Sorry, I'll let you get your point.
No.
You could also say the bounce back that Alabama's experienced since losing to Florida State is arguably one of the best coaching jobs that's been going on in the country. No, they are not an undefeated team, unlike Indiana and A&M, but the fact that he was able to take that loss and turn it around so well speaks volumes.
Okay, I'm going to redo my take because I don't actually think it's Kurt Cignetti anymore that I thought about it. That was a very quick thought process. It's Mike Elko. As much as Kalen DeBoer maybe deserves it more for the turnaround, Mike Elko, well, he also has the top recruiting class. Who cares about this? We'll talk about this some other time. I was going to say, one thing I saw coming out of the game is that the way people talk about Indiana makes me believe that no one sees Indiana as an actual contender. Where it's like they're like, wow, that was a really good win from them. Instead of if Ryan Day had gone in and to that game and won that way, whereas on a spectacular, miraculous catch of the year catch, we would have been having the conversation: is Ohio State actually not that good? That'd be the conversation we're having. And so the fact that I'm seeing Indiana praised makes me think that people don't see Indiana as a viable option to win a national championship. But that's just what I'm taking from that. Now, is that really the truth where maybe Penn State really Penn State played a good game? Was it Penn State played a really good game? Just, I was going to say new coach bump, but we're too many weeks into that for the new coach bump. But is maybe Indiana's not as good. So I'm waiting to see maybe a little bit later what we're actually thinking. But I think in the national media and people's minds, Indiana is still a basketball school because they beat Marquette this weekend. Still a basketball school and not hey, we're actually really good at football school.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. I think this is going to be a fun playoff, dude. And all three of those coaches, I'm okay with winning coach of the year. I don't think it should be Ryan Day. Well, he's got the number one team in the whole year and all that stuff, but I don't think it should be Ryan Day.
I don't think. I'll say, unless you are if you're a defending national championship coach, and you can't win coach of the year unless you lost all your starters to other schools in the NFL, and then not only beat everyone so bad in the run through the season that it's undeniable you are a coach of the year. If you just come off a national championship, you're obviously a very good coach. You probably have a very good team. So I feel like coach of the year usually goes to a team that's good, but maybe not the best recruiting class and all that stuff, which may be why Mike Elko may be a little bit not okay, but it's again, the A&M's going to win the SEC. And then the thing with the problem with the playoff, Memphis lost this weekend to Tulane.
Oh yeah, I mean, you even made the comment on the last week's intro. Memphis,
I know. Well, yeah, as an AAC supporter / former person who was there, I was like, really, Memphis football? They're the ones that Tulane football makes sense to me. Memphis football doesn't. It turns out I was correct in my assessment. I am now wondering, because I think the AAC probably will be the group of 5. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. But the AAC, actually Navy is top of the AAC right now. Interesting stuff. I don't know. We'll see what the group comes from the group of 5. I don't know if college football rankings come out. The committee, not the AP, come out this week too, or is it a week after? I don't know. It'll come out again at some point. But yeah, Memphis is out.
All right. I just got a couple more notes. Jeremiah Love is the best running back in the nation. I'm sorry if you think otherwise. You're insane. He is so good. And then my last other note is thank God for Pitt, because now we have another ranked team on the schedule, and that helps Notre Dame. So we need to beat Pitt this week, which is 11 a.m. game, which I'm not used to. I'm used to 2:30s and night games. I think we've only had one other 11 a.m. game. They're always on the road too. So yeah, we need to take care of business at Pitt, and then that'll help the resume. And we need Pitt to win out as well afterwards.
I was gonna make.
That's all I've got.
I was gonna make fun of you because you're like an 11 a.m. game. I'm like, oh no, an 11 a.m. Saturday game. You don't have to play on Thursday or Friday ever. Oh no. I say as UH played in the Friday game. I have one more note on college football, which is Ethan Sanchez the most important kicker in all of college football this year? Now, to say that I know other kickers, or I've seen every other game, wrong. I don't know, but there's been 3 games this season. Oregon State, I'm forgetting one before I started this. Maybe it was Arizona. It was Arizona. And now UCF, that he's basically been the deciding factor. And that's 3. And UH is they 7-3 now. Let me look up real quickly. I can't remember the record, but there have been a multitude, almost half their wins have come off of his back. Now, the question I have is he the best kicker? Not the best kicker, but is he the most important kicker in the nation? Don't know the answer to that. With all that said, it's very nice to finally win a Space City Bowl, which is UCF versus Houston, because both are space cities. Very nice to win that. Very surprising. Honestly, I know Houston. Let's speak about 10-win Houston. Maybe not. With all, we went back after the loss to West Virginia. I was like, oh, never mind. We're not good at football. We will never be ranked again this season, but it's cool to have your basketball team and football team were ranked at the same time in the season, even if only for a couple days.
Even if it was brief.
It was brief, but that's all you need. Actually, I think it was preseason ranking versus football ranking.
It still counts.
It still counts. It's still real to me, damn it. But yeah, UH, exciting times. Again, basketball season. We're playing nobodies like Townsend and Lehigh. UH is getting together with basketball. We're not talking basketball right now. Football, we'll see. It'll be. I don't think it's going to be Big 12 championship UH, which we had spoken about, but it will be bowl game UH. I mean, no, because I don't think so, because I think Cincinnati is going to be in there. Probably Tech. Oh yeah, head to head. It's probably Tech, because BYU Tech. And by the way, Tech played a fantastic game, which is really annoying. Sorry, I bought gas this weekend, so that's my fault. My apologies to everyone. It's so fucking stupid. I have to drive, and therefore I'm contributing to Texas Tech's NIL fund. I have to pay taxes on sales tax. I'm contributing to the UT and A&M's NIL fund. Just super cool stuff. I don't know if that happens in other states, but it happens in ours at least. That's really all my college football notes this weekend.
That's all I've got overall.
Okay. Well, Brian, actually, I had one last thing I wanted to propose to you. So, you know, the whole betting thing going on with me right now. Well, I have this on. So maybe we propose, do some lifesaver fights. I want to, propose an idea to you. That I've been thinking, I'll make it quick. We've seen this whole betting thing come up where we're having pitchers arrested, we're having NBA people arrested, NBA players, coaches, personnel arrested. You know how they're doing the enhanced games? I think it's Larry Ellison maybe doing the enhanced games where everyone takes steroids. And, it's supposed to be like what can the human body achieve on drugs? Question to you. I want to start a gambling league where every player is allowed to gamble on themselves in the game, but it makes it more fun because they have to announce what they're gambling. So it's like, I'm taking my under tonight. It's like, well, there's a guy next to you maybe who's taking your over. Or like you're like, I'm taking my over tonight. Or like someone else, it's a money line game and you're trying to lose the game, but both teams are trying to lose the game. I think it'd be really fun just because it's going to become a bigger problem. It seems like every sport's been infested with some sort of gambling issue. Why not? And again, if you get popped for drugs in the Olympics, that's a problem. You don't get to pick the Olympics, but now you can go to the enhanced games. If you get popped in any major sport for whatever gambling you've done, whether it be for yourself or a prop bet. I don't know if you saw the prop bet about baseball. I'll talk about that in a second. Where the guy threw, the worst ball I've ever seen in my life, and the Dodgers player swung at it. And that was the prop bet. And he lost the prop bet because of that, which again, the ball was in the dirt. So that was just a bad swing on his part. I like to create that because as this problem gets worse, we have to find a solution. The solution is create a league where you bet on everyone. Everyone's allowed to bet on everything, but you have to announce it. So, Shoeless Joe Jackson vindicated. That's all I had this week.
Yep, same.
All right, Brian. Well, where can the people find you?
You can find me across all social medias at Auric Polaris, AURICPOLARIS. Especially at twitch.tv/Auric Polaris. Elden Ring continues, and maybe Pico Park on Saturday night. Jorden, where can the people find you?
Find me at Jordan's Thoughts on Twitter, which I think I tweeted there a couple times this weekend, so good for me. And Moonsam Sports across all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure I've got my mouth. Please sure to like, share, subscribe, rate, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're listening to. We will see you on the